continue. Let's continue, please. Yes. Like I told you, under web systems and services, we have the ACMIS, which is the student portal. Or this is the system that helps you to do what they were talking about, the enrollment, the registration, the payment, and everything. So when you join the university, the first thing that you must have done, I'm glad and we thank you so much. For enrolling, you must enroll as a student to tell the university that you have reported after picking your admission. You should enroll. And after enrollment, through your portal. How do you access your portal? Most of you have accessed it, but if you go to the website or get Bogo University online platforms or portals, you will be able to see several of them. And among them is the students portal. So the students portal, as a new student to the university, you must enroll. To log into the portal, you must use your student number, which is on your admission letter. The student number is on your admission letter. When you see it, the one that starts with 26 something 008 and something like that. The other one is the registration number that has strokes, that has 26 strokes. That is a registration number. The other one is a student number. To access the student portal, you type in, I hope you're being demonstrated for, my team. You type in the student portal and you're able to reach. And I'm sure most of us have been here, who have been here, know where this portal is. Your student number as your username and password. You log in, it will prompt you to put in your details, which is your email and a telephone number. And it will say update. To tell you to create a password, you will create a password for it. It will send a token to the details that you previously provided. After that, you'll be able to log into the system. I'm sure most of us have here and can get to this stage. So after you've enrolled into, logged into your student portal using your student number, you must enroll. The guidelines or the steps are clear. You indicate the year, you indicate your study year, you indicate what are you a fresher, you're a continuing student, and also if you have a retake or not. If you check on our screen, we have the student portal displayed. Yes, that's how it looks like for Chambogo University. So the username for the first time use is your student number. The password is your student number. Once you enter those two, it will prompt you to update your details, to put in your email address and also a telephone number. A telephone number that is working, that is active. And maybe to add on this, if you've been here and you've already submitted your, for example, for a bachelor's, and you already have a contact in the system will tell you that contact already exists. Please reach out. If you have an alternative number, you can use it. If you do not have, you can approach us so that we disable the previous one for the previous program for you to be able to enroll for this new one. So I had reached, we are not going to do the demonstration because of the time. So, but when you enroll, the system bills you. It bills you how much you're supposed to pay. For example, 2 million, it shows. And down there, it will show, generate a PRN. So a PRN or reference number is used to pay tuition. It's what you take to the agents or the bank and pay tuition. Once you've paid tuition, let's say you've paid 100%, you must register. So when you, after paying, you go to registration. There's a tab for registration. Once you register and they indicate the course units that you're going to be doing that semester, then you can print out your examination permit or proof of registration. That is when the university fully knows you're here and you're ready to study. And the rules are clear. I think in the 6th week or something, you must have paid and registered. Then you do your exams. You must present the examination permit that you print from the proof of registration. You also, on the same portal, you can view your results, you can update biodata and different other things. The same portal is what you use to clear, for example, to clear when you're going to graduate. When you're going to graduate, you have to go to the bursars or the account section, they clear you. They use the same portal to clear your for graduation. Are we together? Because talking to people when they are having something to eat, but I hope we are together. All right, so that is one of the services and majorly what you'll be interacting with as a student here at Kyambogo. The other services, for example, we have Wi-Fi connected throughout the university. As a master PhD students, I'm sure you do a lot of research. You do a lot of reading and extensive research. You will need maybe free Wi-Fi, access to internet. Let me call it like that. So we have internet in the university. If you've seen your phones, laptops, there is a Wi-Fi or a network called EduRoam. How to connect to EduRoam? You use your student email. A student email is, thank you so much. Student email is, your student number begins there. For example, 2600800 something something at std.kyu.ac.ug. That is your student email address. It is for Kyambogo University. The password there is your admission number, stroke the registration number. If you look on the admission letter, there is that registration number that has stroke and you, and for example, 26 stroke you, stroke something something. That is the registration number. That is your password. Are we together there? Are we together? Yes. The username is your student email. The password is the admission or the registration number for the network EduRoam. And when you connect as a student, you are able to access internet wherever you are on campus. And other resources, maybe when you go to the library and need to read, the library section or person will come and explain more about that. Also, because I know you do a lot of reading, this will help you this will help you in research. So you must be able to access internet. Please use this tool that you can be able to access the internet. I also like to refer you to our network, our channel. There's a WhatsApp channel. Most of us, I'm sure, are on WhatsApp, 98% or even 100. Please go to WhatsApp. There is a section for channels. Or you can scan right now that code that is on the screen. If you have your phone, you can scan that. It will directly take you to our WhatsApp channel. And this WhatsApp channel has a lot of information about Kyambogo University. Please refer to our official university WhatsApp channel, which is registered. It has information, it has how to enroll, it has how to connect to EduRoam. There is a video that can guide you step by step on how to connect to EduRoam. There are communications of the university through that channel. Please use it on WhatsApp. It will guide you so much. And follow us. When you go there, follow us, because it will keep prompting you or giving you updates or information about Kyambogo University. All right. With that brief stay, I hope I've covered that. I would like to say, any questions? Entertain, yes, please. Oh.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I'm Robert Kumu. I just have one quick question. For the students, the team of PhD Public Policy and Governance, we can't access the board, so we've not been able to enroll yet.
Come again on the course, on the program?
Public Policy and Governance.
Public Policy and Governance. I hope the admissions office is going to take note of this. I don't know why yet you can't, but if you have challenges, I was going to come to that. You will approach our office and I was going to direct us where our offices are. But in case you're finding a challenge and you can't access your portal, you could approach our office. But to begin with, you need the admissions office to confirm that you were admitted and your account was created. So the first, we begin with admissions. Once the admissions has confirmed that you're admitted and your account was created on the system, you can come to us for support. Thank you. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you so much. My name is KyU Graduate, a student for Master of Science in Sports Science. I have an inquiry concerning the tuition on my portal. I did it as you have stated, and after paying what I found on my portal, I enrolled, and the following day, I was being de-enrolled, and the tuition was increased. It was 2.7 something, and they increased to 4.232,000. Can you please highlight for us something? Because I paid, I completed, but they de-enrolled me and they increased. What could be the problem? Thank you.
Thank you. So I didn't get your name again. Your name?
My name is KyU Graduate, a student for Master of Science in Sports Science.
All right. So thank you so much, Ruth. For now, as ICT, we support these systems. Now, there are users of this system. For example, on your case, it is an accounts or bursars issue. So,
Education needs. What I want to acquire about is that I've already finished my registration. Are we going to get students' cards, or we are going to run around with the registration forms? And the other thing is about the timetable. Are we supposed to wait until you...
department. Like I was explaining before, the e-timetable is uploaded by your department. So it is your department that inputs that e-timetable. You can approach them and they will guide you or will tell you when or how to access that timetable. Even for any queries about your course, please visit the department. It is the director responsible for your course and all the programs. Thank you. I hope I'm giving right direction. Are we clear? Are we clear? Yes. For your department, for your issues, for example, to do, she was talking about the e-timetable. The e-timetable is uploaded by the department which teaches or which provides the teaching. So you go to the department and inquire from there. Thank you. If there is no more question, one more.
You didn't clarify about the ID, student's ID.
Oh, the student's ID. That falls under the academic registrar's office. Yes, so you can approach the academic registrar's office or department still, and they will guide you. Because ICT, I would first, like we saw in our mission and our values and cores at the beginning, we support these systems, but there are users or departments that really handle such issues. For ID, please approach your department. They will guide you on when to get that ID. But you can print out from the system, what I can say, you can print out your registration form, and it indicates that you're fully paid and registered. Thank you. Can I take one more? Oh. Oh, thank you so much. The student's email. This email, you can use it as any other normal email. You can add it onto if you have a phone or a laptop, you can add it on your accounts Gmail or accounts or Google accounts and use it to, like any other email. And that email, university sends information, for example, registration, deadline for admission, everything. It sends information there. You can always go there and refer. And you can use it for research and also to send out information. If you want to use it to send an email, it works like any other normal email, as long as you're here with us. When your time here is done, please remember to back up your information for them from that email to your private email, because we usually disable them towards when you've left. Because when you're left as a student, you're no longer with us. We can't maintain your email. So please back up your information from that email and exit as you leave the university so that you don't disturbed. Thank you. So you can use it for other purposes like any other email. And it has unlimited resources or unlimited space. So use it for research and your own. Your years, usually 2 years or 3 years after you've finished, depending on the course, for example, master's or PhD, 2 to 3 years after, we usually remove that batch of emails for other people who are coming to use also. Thank you. Thank you so much. I would like to thank you for the opportunity, and God bless you.
You should have received the God bless you part. So can we receive it with a clap of hands? And I think I would like to call the Principal Assistant Academic Registrar to clarify on the IDs since the Academic Registrar's office is here. Please, kindly.
Thank you, MC. IDs, we print them and you'll get them from where you got your admission letters from. When they are ready. By the way, we endeavor to be on our WhatsApp group. We started the WhatsApp group. I don't know how many people are there already, but the good thing, we have gotten your numbers. We're going to put all of you there, then we shall communicate. When the IDs are ready, we shall communicate to you to come and pick them. But I think he has guided you on how to print out electronic IDs to allow you to enter to access the premises at the gate. Sometimes they disturb you, either your ID or admission letter, but I believe he has guided you on how to print them from your portal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And in case you still have an inquiry, the channels of communication in Chambogo are open, and we do upward communication. You begin from your department, whatever you want to do, and then it goes to the faculty. If they can't handle, then finally it can come to the Directorate of Research and Graduate Training. Please endeavor to inquire anything you are lost about. Do not allow to stay without information when you can get clear information from the service centers where you are supposed to get your information or your service from. And the forms that are moving around, I have an announcement. Please, if you have finished registering your name, it's good that you give it to those people that are giving them to you. And also, you can be registered for the WhatsApp group of the graduate school so that you're able to access information anytime. Ronnie talked about the WhatsApp channel. All official university communication go through that WhatsApp channel. Please ensure that you scan. They will keep putting the QR code so that you are able to join that WhatsApp channel for any information. But we are also on social media. Every social media handle that you are aware about, Chambogo is on it. Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, TikTok, YouTube. We are on X. Please ensure that you follow all our social media handles for any official communication. Also our website, always ensure that you check any information, especially regarding the regulations, the guidelines, and also the deadlines when you want to pay. I would like to invite Dr. Liz and the university librarian, who is a mentor, a sister. She encouraged me to do my PhD, and I told her I'll do it when my son is finishing. I'm seeing him getting closer to finishing. Maybe I should tell him my last born now, because maybe I haven't thought about having a last born, but I see my son is getting closer to finishing. I told him I'll do it with my son, who is now in senior 5. Doctor, I think I'll do it with the last born. I changed my statement because the first born is getting closer. Please join me to welcome Dr. Liz State, the university librarian.
Good afternoon, everyone. As I've been introduced, my name is Liz State, and I'm your university librarian. I sit in the central library, which is just above this building up there, and my office is always open. I never close the door, so feel free to walk in with any requests, any assistance that you require, anytime. That said, my email is also a public email. You can send it anytime. When I'm not sleeping, I'll address your request. So I had the notification from graduate school to talk about certain things, particularly, but I'm not going to talk about those things because they are specialized sessions where we'll invite you to talk about them. In these 20 minutes, I can only introduce you to the library. Those special things will come at a time when you have settled into your programs for them to make sense. Right now, I would be speaking off your head, for most of you at least. So right now, I'm introducing the library to you. What do we have to offer? And my outline is as it is indicated. Where is the library? What does the library have to offer? When can you use the library? And what does it take to access the library? How much does it cost? Where is the library? We have got 5 branch libraries on campus. That is Barclays. Barclays is closest to the administrative building. It's located between Main Hall East and the Department of Agriculture. And we have a library collection, mostly for faculties of vocational studies, arts and humanities, social sciences, and the School of Management and Entrepreneurship. It also has a special collection of local publications and government reports. So anything that falls within there will only be in Barclays, okay? Especially in the special collection category. If you're looking for government reports that are not online, Barclays is your library. And we only have a seating capacity of 150 students. So the earlier you know where to go as a student, the better. We also have the West End Library, which is located on the west side, near the main hall and opposite the Faculty of Science. This sits up to 300 students. The pictures look empty, but students are always there, crowded, and has a collection for the faculties of Science and Engineering, the School of Built Environment, and the School of Computing and Information Science. But it's also open to all students. It's not only for these categories from the faculties listed here. And now we have our central library, which is like the main library. It's at the end of Hello Rise, which is up there. And we have other libraries, the School of Education Library. If you are from the School of Education, you should have seen this already. And then the Faculty of Special Needs and Rehabilitation Library. And as I said, as a student of Kyambogo University, you can go to any of these spaces where you feel comfortable. They are not limited or restricted. So what does the library have to offer? I've already introduced you to the reading space in these particular libraries. So altogether, we can sit about 2,800 students. Remember, you are too many. When you look at the 2,800, that is just not even 10% of the total number of students that we have. So when you know where to go early enough, it will save you hassles of finding space to read. As a graduate student, we have research carrels in the Central Library. There are only 19. First come, first served. We also have a space for laptop users within the Central Library, but also the other libraries. And a computer lab for those of you who may not have your own gadgets, though we encourage you as a graduate student to have your own laptop. But we have a computer lab with 120 computers only, in good condition though. We also provide Wi-Fi access, like you've already heard from DICTS. Access to Wi-Fi within the library spaces is free. We also have a few laptops for loan. If you don't have a laptop, we can lend you ours to use within the library, Central Library only, this one up there. We also have tablets for loan. I think they're about also 120. The tablets, they're small, can be used from the library, or we have guidelines that regulate their use if you're taking them out of the library. So don't get stuck. We are here to help in case you do not have. Now this is our computer lab. It looks like that. And at the back there, we have the research carrels. Those are just a few of them within the lab. Then we have those that are outside. As I said, there are only 19, and on a first come, first serve basis, especially for you graduate students. Once you identify yourself, you register, and then you'll be allowed to access. Now, in the library, we have different types of, sources of information, which I'm calling literature here. So we do have articles, books, literature. Now, our articles come from journals, magazines, and newspapers. All these are collected by the library. They are available for your use. The books we have both print and electronic, as you'll be seeing, but also reference sources that you can be, like encyclopedia that you can use, both soft and print. I've already talked about the government reports that fall under the gray literature. Conference proceedings, we can have white papers, as from Parliament, white papers. We have dissertations and theses. You heard our Professor Chaske talk about, dissertations as a source of your research topics. So we have these both print and also online. We have also other publications that we may not really go into detail here, including some data sets for those of the students who have done already research and have submitted their data sets. And we also encourage you, when you are done, to register or to submit your data sets when you are done with your program, in the spirit of open access. Now, we talking about the print sources that we have. The library has a collection of over 277,000 volumes, books, dissertations, government publications. And access to this collection is via the library online catalog, which are at that link that I have shared there, libcat.kyu.ac.ug. And you can access this from wherever you are. You may not have to come to the library. Some of these books are also full text. When we say full text, it's like the full book, electronic book. All the chapters are available, so you can access them through the library catalog. Now, the library catalog, I've given you the link. You have it, and that is what it looks like. It is not so clear, but in there, when you put in your search term, for example, public policy, and it returns results, there is information that you need to copy for you to be able to access the books on the shelves. There is what we call a class number. It's just DICTS, because our knowledge is divided into numbers, 100 for philosophy, 200 for religion. You don't need to know. But when you get to the catalog and you copy that number, you get onto the shelf, if it's a physical book, and then you'll have it. If a book is also electronic, there will be a link that connects to the resource. When you click on it, then you are taken to the full text of the book. If a book is out, has been borrowed, it will also indicate that the book is not available, as it can be. Most of the books we have one copy. So the earlier you know where to go and find information, I think the easier it will be for you. This is just a search term, as I said. Now, we also have dissertations cataloged into the library system, which can be accessed from wherever you are. Once you click into the catalog, put in your search term. I had someone talk about environmental sciences, and then the dissertations are returned. You pick the dissertation you want. There will be a link for the electronic access, linking it to our repository, which I'll be talking about in a second. We have, as Kyambogo University, a repository called KyU Space, Kyambogo University Space, where we have archived research works by these professors, what they have published, your dissertations that you produce at the end, selected books and chapters depending, conference proceedings, and anything that we think is useful for research. We make them available and in that space, kyuspace.kyu.ac.ug. So all your dissertations at the end of the day will be uploaded, and you need to consent to that. We'll be getting that when you come to the library. We'll have that in detail on how to access and what to do to submit your works in the repository. It looks like that. We have divided it in 2 faculties. So each faculty, we have publications per faculty. Dissertations, as I already said, dissertations, their articles, any research that we do is archived in there. So it will be interesting one day to read your name, Betty Airoth, and your dissertation is in our repository. We also have online sources, about 12 million online journal articles and 250,000 ebooks and some. So while we talked about the 277 physical, the online sources are more. And so it is incumbent on you to know how to access these resources. Majority of these we have paid for them, meaning you have contributed to the subscription, so use them. And these can be accessed both on campus and off campus via a platform called MyLoft. We are not going to enroll you on MyLoft from here. We can only enroll you when you come to the library, or we have had a training session specifically for MyLoft. Then you'll be enrolled so that you can be able to access these online sources from wherever you are. You do not have to come to the library to access this. Now, the list is available at our website, www.lib.kyu.ac.ug, so that you can have a feel and access on campus and off campus, and it is free. Now, there will be those resources that we do not have access to. So you get to, I know we love Google, you go through Google, you find this resource, and it is only an abstract that is available. For anything that you need and is unsatisfied through our subscribed resources, please, those are the contacts for the e-librarian, that is the focal person, and then the librarian at kyu.ac.ug as indicated. As I told you, those emails are open, especially the librarian at kyu.ac.ug anytime. If we can get to you through this email, I think that will be our desire. We love assisting you to go through this journey with less stress, and so utilize us. Now, we also offer research support. Now, we do have literature searches. This is through our databases that we subscribe to. This list is on our library website, which I have already shared. So there are several databases, and the list is quite long, arranged alphabetically. You can find it. The library catalog is also an online source, so you can access it from that link. The institutional repository and several others, as I've already indicated. So we can assist you, introduce you to literature search through our online sources, but also teach you how to carry out research. Sometimes we think when you know how to go to Google, then you'll get the results. But what do you do with 10 million results if you haven't been to a librarian to assist you learn to sort through lots of information out there, to have smart prompts to get you, smaller sets, smaller results. So that can only be done by the library staff. We also help you with citation and reference management. Previously, this would be done manually, but now we are saying with Mendeley. Mendeley is a free resource. And as I said, I'm only introducing you to what there is. We're not going into details. If you want to know more, this is a full session of maybe an hour to take you through. You have to download it, install it on your laptop, and then learn how to use it. So we do teach citation and reference management. You will hear the lecturer saying, we want you to have your references in APA, and you're asking, what is APA? Please come to the library, and we will take you through this information for a faster, I should say, completion of your program. Why am I stuck here? Can you help me? Okay. And you heard about when the professor was talking about plagiarism and AI, we've got a software that tests similarity index, which some people will call plagiarism. And I hope that when I say plagiarism, you understand. Do you? Plagiarism is using content and you fail to cite. You assume, you pretend that it is you who has originated the idea. So this software we use is called Turnitin. It tests, I call it academic integrity. It started with the similarity index. If you copied work or from either internet or from, even if it's from another university that has archived their work within this database, we'll still find it. But we are also now looking at unethical AI usage. Why do we say unethical? The recommended use should be moderate. But if the work is returning 100% AI, then you have a challenge. And believe it or not, if you don't want to come to the library, this is going to bring you, whether you like it or not. They ensure that you come, not really as something to threaten you, but it's important that you get to know how to write early enough so that when we go through this process, the percentages are lower and acceptable. Otherwise, I think, Professor, is it 20% for the students? Yeah, it should be 20% for the students, for both similarity and AI acceptance. But as I tell you, it is very hard to find a student bringing in work now with less percentages. It's almost 90% to 100 of your work. And so it takes you a lot of time to go back and keep reworking and re-editing. And once you started with AI, it becomes very difficult. Trust me. Because as she told you, if you did not originate the idea, then you submit a work and they tell you go back and redo. What does it mean? That you've got to sit down again to rethink and then write. In other universities, once actually you have got those percentages, they don't give you 2 weeks like here, maybe you take a week and come back. It could even be a year in your program after you have submitted. So let's take this seriously and do the right thing, write properly. And if you do not know, ask. There is no penalty for asking. Now, how to choose a journal to publish in. At the end of the day, the PhD students who are here, you'll have to produce, articles, and you have to publish. When I saw this on the list, I'm like, this is too early to talk about. And indeed, it is too early. So I'm just giving you a few things here, how to choose a journal to publish in, and I have given you sites to use from the different, just a sample, not even many. The databases we subscribe to have options to help you. They're called journal suggesters or journal finders, so that you can put in your abstract, your topic, as abstract as it may be, so that it can suggest a journal where to publish. Because now, if you do not know, they are fake journals, and you might submit your article in a fake journal after a struggle, and then the librarian will tell you that journal is fake, and so your work is lost and it is unrecoverable. So before you waste a lot of time, please do the right thing, find out. If you don't know how to, inquire, and then you'll be helped. There are several sources, as I'm sharing there, how to find journals. Some journals are open access, meaning that they are free. Some you must pay to access. And when you pay to access, you submit for free. But when you are going to access for free, you pay to submit. That is something that we'll talk about when you join the library workshops. You'll get to know more about what we call open access and subscription journals. That is information that is available in our workshops. They also asked me to talk about OKID. As a researcher, you'll have an identifier that will be given to you once you begin to engage in research. So we encourage you to register for one if you know, but if you do not know, we still have these sessions in the library for you, and it encourages visibility for your work, because everybody does research, not to hide it under the table, but to put it out to you, for use, right? So once you have the OKID, it renders visibility to your work, but also to you as an individual and to the institution that you'll have affiliated with. The research support we offer can be one-on-one. You have a challenge, please walk into the library. Any library. If you are going to the West End, the librarian there can help. If it's Barclays, somebody can help. If you choose to come to the Central Library, we'll be there waiting to help you. We can also have sessions organized by your faculty lecturers. Next week, I think we are going to be having for the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. So your lecturers and deans can organize sessions. Please find time to attend these sessions. It might be the savior, for your 2 years or 3 years while here. And also course representatives can also schedule with us. Schedule with the librarians for assistance so that you can get out of here, so that you don't become a career student. Now, when can you use the library? We have the physical library hours, 9 to 9 during the semester, 9 to 5 weekend, and also during recess. On public holidays, we remain closed. Okay? But our library is also online. As I said, the library resources that are online can be accessed anytime from anywhere. So don't be limited by time and space. How much does it cost? All these things I've said are free if you have paid. Okay? If you have paid, they are free. We have been advised to only allow enrolled students into the library. So beginning a few weeks, today you are still new, we are treating you like, but very soon we'll be saying, have you enrolled? And remember, enrollment is for free. We're not saying, have you paid? We are saying, have you enrolled? So take time to enroll and access our resources. Now, within the library spaces, we have these cautions for you. You are responsible for your personal security and your property while in the library space. You do not know anyone, so don't leave your things on the table expecting to find them when you come back. Some of these people are wanderers. They are just going through to see who is idle, or is it idle, who is careless, and they take your stuff. The property lockers are used at owner's risk. Each of these libraries has space for keeping bags, but you are leaving these bags at your own risk, and never leave your valuables in these lockers. One will ask, who leaves valuables? You people can be careless. People have left land titles, your tuition money in the bags, and they have lost it. You know, so please, just know when you leave your valuables in those bags, you may not find them. Never trust anybody in the reading spaces with your valuables because you don't know them. Allow to be checked when asked to, either on entry or exit. You can always consult a library staff on duty. Don't die alone. We are paid to assist you. When you don't consult us, we feel unused and we earn free money. On the library part, any loss incurred in the library premises, it is not a responsibility of the library or its staff. So mind your security while in the library premises. Now, those are the contacts I shared already, but I give them again. Librarian at KyU or e-librarian, depending, whichever one answers first, you'll be served. And now I think I've come to the end of my presentation. But before I go, I just want two people. I will not say, I want only men. The man has put up his hand. Well, to tell me one thing from what I have presented, I want two people, male or female, I don't care. Just two people to tell me what I have talked about. And there will be a reward for that person. Anyone? I've been talking for a few minutes. Yes, there's a hand there.
You said once you pay fees and register free, you can access library services anywhere you are. At home, in church, restaurant, mention it. Thank you.
Clap for him. He had very well, and a present is here for you, sir. Yes. Any other person?
Good afternoon.
There's a gentleman there. Which one? Which one? Who is speaking?
Good afternoon.
Which one? But he has no microphone. Just, if it's a question, can you wait a minute? Yes.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank you for the session you have taken us through. What I've learned from what you have taught us is that we should get use of you people, the library staff, because you're paid to serve us, and we should not die in the books, in the materials, instead of consulting you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Here is for you. Pardon? They're special pens. Only librarians can have these. Yeah. So the gentleman there, who has the microphone?
Ted, I've heard that you have cautioned that
Any form of plagiarism, and you say the university has a tiny team that will always look at our work to see whether it has not been plagiarized in any way.
Okay. Thank you. For you? When you visit the library, there are goodies. Okay? So if there is anyone with a question, okay.
that can only be accessed after walking into the library premises. Am I able to access it wherever I am as a student so that I don't have to come, that after doing my work, I can upload and know the similarity index? Is it 20, low or high? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. Now, Turnitin as a software is mostly for instructors. As a student, you must be enrolled by your instructor. Okay? So if you're a student and it's an assignment that you've been given, that particular lecturer should enroll you. When we get to PhD students who are not doing assignments, who are writing, articles or your dissertation, then you can also be enrolled by either your supervisor or by a librarian. And remember, we only have 1,000 licenses. So we actually regulate usage by students. Okay? So, but when we are enrolled, we give you time to work on whatever you are working, and you can access it from home, from here, it doesn't matter, even from out of the country. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay.
I'm called Oriem Nelson Ondo Paraka. I have two questions. Can I borrow a book, maybe for home use? Then I'll bring it back, maybe at the end of the journey. Secondly, those library laptops, can I take one and I pay on installment basis? Thank you very much.
Very interesting questions. I will answer. Let me answer this one so that I don't forget. One, the books can be taken out depending on where you have borrowed from. So it varies. Some books can only be used within the library, others you can actually take them out. So it will depend. As for laptops, the laptops are for use within the library. We don't want you losing our laptop going to Banda. We don't want those kind of scenarios. I remember that the university had I think something to with Barclays Absa Bank on laptops for students, but I don't know how far it went. Otherwise, the ones we have in the library are for library use within the library, not to take out and not to for purchase or for selling, unfortunately. But if you are interested in procuring, I think Dick should be able to answer this for you on that kind of installment. I remember we worked with ABSA on that. I don't know how far it went. There were other hands behind there or here.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for guiding us about the library. You talked about like if someone has enrolled and they're free to use the library anytime they want. But before, now when I enter the library and I have my bag with me and I sign in the book and the librarian asks me for the money, maybe to keep my bag, is it okay?
No.
Because sometimes they can ask for some money to keep the bag. Yeah.
No. We had that kind of arrangement, I think the years before COVID, where you would have to pay, I think 100 shillings for leaving a bag. Probably you are an old student of the university, but we have changed that. Bags are left in the library for free, and as I said, at owner's risk. Yeah, so no money should be exchanged, no money at all. Okay.
I would like to inquire whether there is a service of us getting soft copies of the books. I have a friend, is in Makerere. He said you can go to the librarian, they give you the soft copies. You take your flash, they give you the soft copies of the books. Is it here also?
Thank you very much for asking. Now, you are to Gumisirize? What's your name? I remember a name like Gumisiriza.
I'm Solomon Tugumisirize.
Tugumisiriza. You didn't listen very well. I said that we have online sources which you can access on your own, all right? But if you find a resource that you want but is not available to us or to you in soft copy, then you send a request, and I gave the emails so that you can be helped. You remember that bit? We called document delivery. So we can do the same, but not on your flash. By email, okay? By email, write to us, say I need article X. We'll find it. If we cannot find it, we'll give an equivalent by email. Okay, no flashes. Last one.
Thank you. KyU Graduate. I have two inquiries. One, indeed, you have taken us through the highlights of what is meant to make use of the libraries. And you made mention that for us to get more detailed part of it, it is now upon faculties to organize to take us through. And you have cited one which has already put the program. I would like to inquire, what if a faculty has failed to do that for the students in their various faculty? Is it allowed for the students to organize themselves and liaise with you and you take us through? That is one. Two, there are other services you mentioned, especially at the Central Library, and you made mention of other libraries that do exist within the university. May I know whether we have all that is in the Central Library in other libraries too? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gertrude, for your questions. Now, the Central Library is the main library and the newest of all the libraries. And it has newer things. We have a computer lab, which you'll not find in any other library. So it's only in the Central Library. If I didn't mention it, then you know it's everywhere. But if I specifically say the computer lab, Central Library, laptops, Central Library, tablets, Central Library, it's because of the space that we have to accommodate all these resources. What was your second question? The first question? I have forgotten. Yes. In my presentation, I actually indicated there are three options. One-on-one, you, Gertrude, come to me and say, I have a challenge. Two, the faculty, deans, lecturer or whatever, they organize a session, okay? And your course representative. You will have, I think, course representatives. You can organize yourselves and say we need a session on citation, on how to write, on how, because when you're writing a citing, you are referencing. How do you do that? We don't know how to use APA. There are different styles. Lecture students will use something else, but we are telling you use APA and you do not know. Those are the things that we do on a one-to-one or in a group, depending on how you come. Depending on how you come. So thank you very much. Okay, one last one.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm Julius Athamie. Now, what I wanted to know, is there where you can search a book and the system allocates you that is in such a library or the other library than wasting time looking. Thank you.
Julius, thank you for asking without wasting time of looking. Term, it will return results. These are books, these are journal articles, these I don't know what else. And then it will indicate the details of the book, whether published 2024 or 2019, and the location, whether it's in Barclays or West End or Central Library. I even forgot to tell you that we also have libraries in our learning centers in Soroti, Bushenyi, and now Paida. If you are in any of those places, that is your home area, you can still use our libraries from the same, those areas. So you can access these resources from wherever you are. And if, as I said, if it is a soft book, a soft copy, then you can actually download it and have it in its entirety, full text of it, or by chapter. So, Julius, yes, you'll be saved time. You don't look. The locations are indicated in the catalog. Thank you very much.
Can we give her another round of applause? I will request, since the next topic is how you expect not to spend much time. You stand, you just do KYU, and our KYU is capital K, small y, capital U. That is how we abbreviate Chambogo. Not capital KYU, but capital K, Y, and capital U. That's the abbreviation for Chambogo. So let's stand up and we write it. And make sure that U is small u. So we are beginning. ICT, can you please type for us CHU? Capital K, Y, then capital U. So we are beginning with capital K. We are going to the small u. To the small y. I saw people putting capital Y. Okay, then we are going to the capital U finally. So thank you very much. That's Chambogo abbreviation. Do not abbreviate it in any other way. That is the correct form. You may take your seats. The forms, as they continue to come, continue forwarding them here so that you are enrolled on WhatsApp. Doctor has rewarded here people, and my reward, unfortunately, will need a walk to the administration building. But the person who prayed, the volunteer who led the prayer, and that volunteer who led the chicken dance, you will come to the Office of Public Relations. We have 2 offices, but mainly I sit in the Senate building. And when you see this gentleman, you can ask him. He's the media assistant. He's always having a camera in the compound. And when you see him, please smile. If you don't smile, you find yourself on the website when you have no smile, because sometimes you're not alerted because you're joining instructions so that you will be taken a photo as long as you are in Chambogo. So you cannot sue us, and you can never find ways of suing us. So just smile so that you don't get embarrassed. That is it. Please walk to our office. You'll get there very beautiful gifts. They will be very heavy to carry, but we shall help you carry them to your destinations. That is the only thing that comes tied to our gift. You must walk there. Oh, okay. Now I will invite the director of the Directorate of Research and Graduate Training, Professor Bosco Bua, to come and address us. The long-awaited for topic, please listen.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already thanking you for being here, because this is the time we are supposed to have ended this meeting. Have you seen it? Yes. So do you want me still to go on? Yes, you are sure? Yes, okay. I have only 16 slides. So if I take 1 minute, 2 minutes, it's finished. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for, first of all, to apply to join KyU University graduate programs. Number two, I want to congratulate you for being the lucky few who were given places to study here. So as our new students, previously we used not to do this thing. But I think for the last 3-4 years, we thought we need to take you through this. Because you will learn, there are people who are still here since 2005, 2007, before COVID. And every time they have a reason. So for us, we now say no. Instead of keeping you here for that long, we want to make sure you finish and go. Because they need your services somewhere. Not so? We are not here just to study for our own sake. We are here to better ourselves so that we go and provide services required from us elsewhere. So if I keep you here for more than 2 years, I think I will be disadvantaging somebody somewhere. So what I'm going to talk about as a series of things, but you will pick what will help you to get out of here in the shortest possible time. So I'm going to talk about how to complete your graduate studies on time. My name is there. I am the acting director for Directorate of Research and Graduate Training. Previously, we were called Graduate School, but it changed some 6 years ago because of the restructuring. So, I want to start with what we do here. I will not read everything, but I've highlighted one thing there, which concerns all of us who are here. The other thing may not concern you directly, like providing leadership in reviewing development of program policies and whatnot. That doesn't concern you. You come here when the program is already there. You come here, the policies are already there. All those things are there. We provide oversight of how to implement some of those things. We provide administrative support in a number of things we do here. But importantly, we are also like policemen. We enforce and regularly monitor adherence of those policies, the programs, whatever.
So there are times you will come, we shall be a little bit harsh. The lady has already told you, if you don't register by 12 weeks, there's a penalty. If you don't pay, you don't sit exam. You sit exam without paying, we hide your results. You get that? Then you go complaining everywhere. So that's why we thought we warn you in advance. And then once you listen to us, we are willing to deliver you to the promised land. Who can tell me the promised land? Graduation. What you are here to is to graduate so that you motivate other people. But the moment they hear you have not graduated, they will say, well. So I will not read all those things. The second thing I want to show you is what I call the reporting structure. This Directorate of Research has 2 Senate committees. One is called Graduate Board, which does admission. We admitted you. We advertise, we receive your applications, we send it to faculties and departments to vet who qualifies and who doesn't qualify. We call a board meeting chaired by the Vice Chancellor himself, and we admitted you. There are those other ones you have seen on the list. We admit, then down we said not admitted. Some of you have seen that. Those not admitted, there are 2 reasons. Either they did not meet the requirement, or they have issues which needs us to consult with the National Council for Education. You study from a foreign university, they need to tell us whether your degree from India is equivalent to the degree here. Or the program you studied in one of the institutions here was accredited by the time you graduate or graduated. So once we get that clearance, those other people, some of them will come. So after the admission, we are supposed to make sure you are taught. I heard somebody asking for a timetable. Timetable are in departments and faculties. How many of you have been taught so far? The rest of you? I teach myself. Last week I taught 1 person. Yes, because the librarian said, we are paid to do work. Do you want me to eat free money? I don't want free money. Because when Adam and Eve sinned, said from today, whatever you will do, you will sweat. So I sweat for my salary. So I taught 1 person. I don't know whether she's here. I'm supposed to teach about 30 students. They were not there in the class. But the 1 person came, I said, what do you want me to do? Do we go on? He said, let's start. And I took her through for 3 hours. Yes. On Friday, I have another class. I'm going to teach. I hope there will now be many, because I told her to mobilize the friends. So we want to make sure that you are taught. You are not here for free. You are paying your what? Moreover, earn money. So if we don't teach you, whom are you going to blame? So we make sure we do that. If you are not taught, make sure you bring that information to us. Either here, the CTF they are talking about is this building. But I sit on the other side. The deputy and other people sit in Uganda. Make sure you report those people who are not teaching you. We put them to order. After we have taught you, we are supposed to approve your results. Those results which you are talking about, that is not uploaded on the portal. Sometimes if it is not discussed and agreed on, we don't put it there. Because we want to put what is authentic. Not today you saw like the lady who saw the fees was this, then another time the fees was, no. For us, we want to put there, if it is a 60%, that is a 60% today, tomorrow, the next day. But not today, you see 50, then the next day 53. No. So we are in charge of that. The other thing, of course, we make sure that we process your results to make sure that you graduate. We provide you with the document which will tell people you have studied. Meaning, we are going to make sure your transcript is ready to show the courses you have done. We give you the certificate. That is the only thing you are going to show people that I have been to KyU University. Without that, people will ask you what happened. Then you start saying, you see those people, we are very nice people. The other, of course, is the award letter. Many of you here, apart from the postgraduate diploma, you are only going to study, we give you exam first semester and second semester and you go. But this is a master's, PhD, the second aspect of your work is research, which you must write a book. They were calling a dissertation, thesis, depends on what mode you go through, which you must defend to people. After you have defended, we take that thing to the graduate board to approve that your research was worth an award of a master's, a PhD. So in appreciation, we give you a award letter as we wait for the transcript and certificate. You get that? On the upper side there, those are the people I work with, which we have already mentioned. There's a director, there's a deputy director. We have a deputy academic registrar in charge of this directorate. He's not here. The main academic registrar is there. He's on the program. I don't know whether she will come, you will see her. But even if you don't, when you get stuck, these are offices you run to. She has already mentioned on the 18th of September, the Vice Chancellor will admit you officially to this university. Make sure you attend. We are going to present you. Every faculty will present their student. I will be able to present all of you program by program, PhD, master's, postgraduate diploma. You stand up, the Vice Chancellor welcomes you and officially admits you. So don't miss that opportunity on the 18th of September. You get that? And then, of course, there's another committee, we call it Research, Grants and Publication Committee. We support staff, our own staff here, who are upgrading themselves. They come, we give them money for research, and then if one of you as a student has good work you want to publish, you publish with that supervisor of yours. The librarian has already said publication these days you pay money. So we support to publish. Those days some of you would go online, you want to read a your dean, your lecturer has identified a conference where you need to go and attend. We normally work with them. We pick a few of you to go and present in some conferences. So make sure you understand some of these things, because we're here to make you international. Many of you think you want to go back to your villages. If you have that mentality, I think you are not the right person here. Make sure after a year, if you get a job in Pakistan, go there. That's where they need your expertise. But many will say, no, I cannot leave my village. What did you invest in that village? What did you invest in that village? Many of us here talking, our guest of chief guest said it. We are not in our villages. After we were passed out, we now go there as visitors. So if you want to go back to your village, I think you are the wrong person here. We want you to be international. You get that? So this is the structure of the university. We have what they call University Council, which is the supreme governing body of the university. Their work is to make budgets for the university, approve budgets, makes policies, approve policies. And then the one which is responsible for your academic issues is called Senate, chaired by the Vice Chancellor himself. So all those results, all those admissions which we had done there, we take it to Senate. Then the Senate now give a blessing, and that is it. Any mistake which was there, it is only Senate which can undo it. So we are saying it is responsible for academic policy organ. That is the organ which does academic issue. All the program which we are going to teach you was approved by Senate. Then we send it to the University Council, then we send it to National Council for Higher Education. And National Council for Higher Education always put us to order. Say that the program you are running has expired. One time all of you read in the paper that most of the universities are running program which are what? Expired. Last year, I was invited to the Auditor General office to go and explain why our program, but good enough. I had all the supporting documents. Those guys had created our program, so they sent me. But the one question which remained, why are graduate students taking too long to finish? It is outstanding. I was there to explain. I tried to tell lies here to support you. But you know, when you're not used to telling lies, they get you. But still, I explained. Then I said, no, going forward, we are working to make sure these people get out of here. In 2 years, 3 years. And if you look, you will see, there are guys who came here in 2024. They are going to graduate in December. Those are 2 years. So your task now is 2026, 2028. I want you out of here with your document. If you want to go and stand as a president 2031, you start preparing. So our, what do I call it? Our journey, which has started on Monday, should end in 2028, if it is a master's of 2 years, but the postgraduate diploma of 1 year, next year we want you out. The PhD of 3 years, 2029 there, 2030 there, we also want you to go out. But if you don't, we don't chase you. But there's a penalty where we charge you for overstaying here. The librarian said it, you have those spaces, you go. We assume you are still using those internet. We assume you are still in the classroom somewhere. So there's a penalty. So don't say we did not tell you. And then we have faculties, which I said is responsible for teaching you. They are responsible for your research, innovation, knowledge generation, and community. I keep asking questions, and I want to ask all of you. I may not need an answer. How many of us have villages? How many of us have villages? The answer I normally get is said, the village is in Kampala. Kampala is not a village. We were taught Kampala is a capital city. So do you have a capital city in your village? So the village is where we come from, and these people sacrifice so much to keep us here. So we need to go back there and support them. All that we are doing, it is support community or the society where we belong. Many of us have now left our villages. We have invested in Kampala here, but when you go to our villages, you even get surprised where we are coming from. So let's go back, support our community. So that is another thing which we need to do. Then the other thing is administrative. That's where somebody was talking about fees. The bursar's office is there. The PRO is there. They are the one to communicate what they need to communicate. and many other things. So need to understand all this. The question is, why are you here? So we said the primary goal of graduate training is to prepare. I don't know whether you've seen that word next, promising. I want you to underline the word promising student for outstanding scholarly, or we call academic, and professional achievement. You were asked about our motto, the vision. The vision is here actually, a center of academic and professional what? Isn't that what is written by here? So you will either fall into academics or you be a professional out there. But we say the promising, because many of you have come here, you pick these admission letters, now you are going to start telling people you have got masters from KyU University. Yes, there are many. If they are not going to use the admission letter, they are now going to come to us and say, give us testimonial. We give you a partial results. And somebody said, promotion. They promote you, but they will keep asking, when is the final paper coming, the transcript? Then you start a story, you see these KyU people, they are very slow, they have lost our results. No. So we want to educate you in the skills of a discipline. There are mathematicians here, there are historians here, there are geographers here. Name them. Sports science is there. He's from sports science. So there are guys here who are in those skills. So that is the skill we want to give you. So that when you get it, you go out there and serve people. We want to make sure that you have the intellectual and ethical foundation of research. That one came in the morning. Because if your work is here, masters, the masters we do here is coursework and research. You must go and do research. But many of us now want to cut corners here. They come with something. The chief guest talked about it. When you look at the kind of research they have done, you can't convince anybody that this was done by a PhD student, it was done by a master's student. We are not influencing policy. We are not providing evidence. So we don't want you to cut corners. Be upright, do what is supposed to be done. And then, of course, we want to instill in each of you the capacity for independent, critical judgment. I said this, I want to repeat it. Many of us have come from villages, but we have refused to leave the village behind. So when you finish this master's or PhD, people must see it and say, yeah, it is good to go back to school. But the people will start doubting, did he finish the master's? Was it a PhD? They whisper, when you are passing, they say, we hear. When you come, then they start talking other things. They are doubting you. So we want you to be an independent, critical thinker. When you talk, they say, yes. And you motivate other people. Say, I want to go back and be like so and so. But the moment they hear, you never say, those one, we don't know even where they got their masters from. Don't you think you have discouraged people? Because when you are here, we try to instill into you don't want. I always tell students, if you want something for nothing or nothing for something, there's a book which says those things are in the dictionary. Something for nothing or nothing for something. Or if you want quick thing, go to NASA Road. You get a very nice transcript, very nice certificate, but which cannot be validated. They tell you, we see you from KyU, they write to academic register, they said, can you certify? We look in the system, your name is on there. And some of you are even very bold, you go to court, say, these people have denied me my degree. Which degree you did not get? You went to NASA Road and paid the 200,000. Now you want to put us to task. It will not work. So we also want you to be an inspiration. Inspire others. Many of us here are parents. You heard the lady? Said she wants to break that bondage. Many of you say, for us we are cursed. We are cursed. We cannot even move beyond P7. That is it. Who tells you? There is something where they said, let not your background limit you. I like what he said. Which course are you doing, madam? Yes. From the parents stopping P7, S4, I'm sure when she gets there, they will listen to you more than anybody. When you talk, even if you don't talk any sense, they will start saying, now you see. That is an inspiration. Yes. So the 10 simple way for us to graduate in time successfully. The fourth thing is you must investigate what you are getting into. Why did you decide to apply for the masters you have applied for? Because many of you don't have information. You have come here, you are trying to gamble here, there. By the time you realize 1 year has ended, you don't even have any direction. So first do background check. What program are you coming for? And then look at opportunities. What opportunities there? We are not just here to add the papers. We are going to add value to ourselves and then opportunity where we can apply what we have learned. But if you don't have that, why are you here? You're going to get stressed. I'm going to talk about stress somewhere. You get stressed. Then tomorrow we hear you're in Butabika. Then they ask, what happened? Said, this one now we could not even manage. People whisper, said, we tried to sit him down, we tried to explain, but I think he had so many problems. And you remain in Butabika. And when they hear, said, this one has run mad because of books. You think anybody will come here? No. Number two, after you have now understood the program, by the way, it is your right. There is what we call course outline in each of these programs. Look for it. Ask your lecturer, I said, I want to see the course I'm doing for these 2 years. There's a program book which we have. See it, try to understand. The second one, which is very dangerous, is the choice of supervisors. That one, you will cry tears. Because the choice of the topic which was talked here will take you to who are going to supervise you. The department will say, this is the best person for this topic. Yes. And then they write to me, said appoint so and so to supervise X and Y. I write a letter. Then you start crying every time you are coming to us. I'm not moving. They have told me this. There's a group here I want to mention. They have been doing PhD since around 2019. Nobody has graduated. A PhD of 3 years. The student comes and tells me, lecturers have nothing in their head. The lecturer also, when the student have gone, they also come and say, these students have nothing in their head. So the question I've asked them, who has it? Who has it? Because for me, I always say this. We are like what is in the Bible. They said it is only sick people who go to the what? So all of you are patients. And I've challenged these lecturers. I said, these are patients. Make sure that by the time they get out of here, they are being cured or healed of their what? Their different diseases. But if all of them come, they don't have anything. The other one, who has it? So supervisors make sure you get your topic with the people who are willing to support you. They know what to do. Because every time all of you are arguing about the research topics, about the data collection tools, about where to publish. The librarian has talked about the PhD is a requirement. I think in masters, in our new guideline, you're supposed to publish one paper before you graduate. We shall look for that, we shall communicate. Number two, the financial resources are very scarce, especially at graduate training level. I asked you in the morning, how many of you have sponsors? I saw 2, 3 hands, the rest are scratching. You go get a loan here, you have not finished, you go to the other service provider, I said, we are going to buy. They buy, they give you a half. That half you have to prioritize. You have not paid the rent, you have not paid also your children in school. So you first have to pay the other one. Then yours, you have not paid. So these financial resources are very limited. Make sure you prioritize what is important. Number 3, you have to master the administrative procedure from the start to the end. The lady here talked about it, what they need you to do. So we bring you here today to tell you such things so that you don't blame us. Because blame game will not help us. So if you are to be required to register by the 8th week, do so. Otherwise, you will pay the price. The lady has already told you surcharge of 50,000. 50,000 at a certain point become very important. Many of us have charged for coins to make 1,000 or even 500, but the coins don't add up. So why should you just make 50,000 get out of your wallet? Just for free. And who it is going to who? Somebody is going to eat it on your behalf. The other thing, of course, is the language of communication. So please ensure you perfect your oral and written communication skills in the official language. The research we are talking about, some of you write your research in vernacular. You now start asking you, which language is this? Because you first put it in your local language, then you want to bring it in English. It doesn't add up. We are supposed to write scientific what? That's why they call it scholarly writing. So that when I read it, I should know I'm communicating to a peer, a scientist, not the local council communication. You have seen one day I talk about the female cow. They said what? He said, I see cow, something. So understand the language of communication. Learn how to write. It is a skill. You will not write. I have quarrel with students here. They come to me every day. Today I'm here. I'm sure the line is there. I'm going to find all of them lining up. They tell me they want to go to the field to collect data. And then I asked them a simple question. I said, do you think you're going to graduate? They said, yeah, I want to graduate in December. So what miracle are you going to do? You have not gone to collect data. You have to come analyze this data. You write a first draft, second draft, third draft. Where is the time? Our graduation is already set for 9th, 10th, November, 11th of December. So what miracle are you going to use? To collect data, write? I tell people I was an average student. I was not a super student because I know how my supervisor used to cross. You take a thing which you think is the best from page 1 up to the end, then you come and ask yourself. But we did not give up. So writing skills important. We used to do that, and I think we are going to resume. There is a time we were taking you guys through how to write. And there are people who became happy. They even came and said, out of this, we are able to submit an abstract for a conference. We have done this. That is what we want you to be. Economic and logistical limitations are critical for selecting the study subjects. You remember, she said, we gave you only one option. For bachelors, we give you 6 options. If you don't qualify in the first one, you go to the second, the third one not. But we'll give you one. Now, people are coming. I think so far I've received 3 who said they want to change their program. But it's not provided for. What do I do? So meaning you did not either get counseling, you did not consult. What should you study? Because this is now what is going to be a turning point for you. But if you are gambling here, then I have heard the people telling me they have 2 masters. Why 2 masters? Why are you having 2 masters, 3 masters? For what? Grow in one line. If you already have a master somewhere, grow in that line, get a PhD. There you will have done the best. But a gamble here, you gamble here. Those one I don't encourage you. Because even your children keep laughing at you. You said, but daddy, mommy, you finished the other one the other day. Now what is it? It's up to you. And time is money. Many of us have heard this thing, time is money. Why do they call it time is money? 1 minute which you lose it yesterday, you will never recover it. The day you have lost today, you will never recover it. So use your time wisely. Because that is the most important asset which we have no control over. Stay focused and solo personal commitments. We all have a lot of things in our heads here. They said too many roads have led a what? Astray. So now that you have come to study, do you want to get this master's in 2 years, or you still also want to chop here, chop there, chop there? By the time you realize you have not to move, and they're going to laugh at you. Said, yeah, we told him, we told her, but he insisted. Become a laughing stock out there. Transport is very difficult. Many of us know it. Housing, then family issues. There are people after getting this degree, the other spouse has gone. The other one also, they have gone. Now, whom are you working for? Because the idea was to better your life so that the family can benefit. By the time you realize the family is split because of disagreement. You are using the money, you are using the little resources, you now get money, instead of coming home, you start another home somewhere. You get that? Those are conflicts which you must avoid. Learn how to manage time, financial resources. People are part of your training. Make the best out of the courses you have at hand. You have now charged and said, I want to go and master this. I want to have a PhD in this. Stay focused. You will use that knowledge. I keep telling students, I wanted medicine myself, but I was not given medicine. The third choice is what I was given. And I think I'm very happy. I am not complaining. And I keep telling people, as the chief guest said, you may find you are the only professor in the whole village, in the whole clan. My sister here, family bondage. So everybody now talk about you. We want you to be like so and so. So make sure you plan yourself and give your own skills and potential the right dimension. We are all here not made. We have to make ourselves. And then once we make ourselves, people will start saying, yes, so and so made it, why not me? And you make it. Be proactive, creative, collaborative. Work with other people. There's a slide I'm going to talk about. Many of us are very selfish. I teach students, I tell them, I said, if you have understood one course very well, teach your friends. But you ask them, for me, I was even worse. When they were talking, I did not pick that person. Is that being selfish? We can't all be at the same level. Somebody always pick something better than the other one. Help them. We are here to support ourselves. Work as a team and graduate together. Because when they leave you behind, the group which is going to come, you don't fit there. I have a group. They have really disturbed me. They had a retake. They said, you mean you want us to sit together with these people? I said, yeah, the requirement is that you must sit with the one coming. So work together and make sure that you self-teach yourself. Make yourself. Above all, your success will depend on discipline and character. Many of you are very indisciplined. Many of you lack character. So what are the stresses you are going to go through here? The common stressors for students are three. One is time management. Somebody talked about it. The second one is academic stress. And then the third one is the finances. Academic stress will come because of lack of discipline and then of lack of character. My supervisor one time told me, he said the master's and PhD is a public relation degree. You have heard that? Public relation what? If you don't work well with those two people I mentioned before, they will not sign your book. I have one who has been here since 2017. She's doing a PhD. She has gone to Canada. She writes me an email. She said, I want to come and defend my work. I will look for the book. I don't see the book. Then she said, no, I'm going to take you to court. I'm already working with the Minister of Education. I kept quiet. Then I wrote back. I said, yeah, you're right. We are waiting for you. The next time he said, yeah, it is not being handled at a higher level. His Highness Aga Khan is handling with the First Lady. You think she will get that degree? That one, I bet she will not get it. So plan your day well in advance. When you are coming here, you plan, what am I going to do? There's a class, maybe you are going to attend lectures for 3 hours. Then after 3 hours, what are you going to do? You can say, let me go to the library. And start now. I tell my students, start developing this research topic today. Just look for one word, put it there, go and read around. By the time they ask you for a research topics, you have got it, you have even got literature, you have read. But you are saying, no, let me first wait for the semester. By the time semester 1 ends, semester 2 ends, you have no clue of what you are going to do. You will not finish. Start early on assignment. But these days, all of you know that thing is there. Just say, hey, I want this. We catch you because we check this work. My policy is when I look at student work, I have asked them, how come a class of 30, everybody has the same answer from the beginning up to the end? So normally what I do as a punishment, those guys who know I teach them, this one, listen well. The first person I mark, that is the originator of the idea. The rest I've copied. Yes. Because we can only be identical twin, 30 of us. You get that? So meaning somebody works, the rest said, let me get it. You go and copy. Even sometimes you forgot to remove the name. Registration number. So I will not read all those things, but the last bullet there, there's a book which said you must be an enlightened manager. How many of you have heard about this? To be an enlightened manager. None of you have heard about it? You have heard. The enlightened manager talks about 3 things. There's only one person, you will correct me. When there's work, work. When there's time to play, go and play. When there's time to sleep, sleep. But don't kill yourself. There's life beyond these books. And then the villagers normally laugh at us. He said even the people who have studied up to those PhD, they still also are looking like us. Because we are going to quarrel, you want a half a acre because your father did not give you a piece of the land. No, you leave those land for those people. Your asset now is here. The money is here. You can use your money, settle anywhere. Go there as a visitor. Because they are going to kill you. They are going to kill you. You have heard about brothers and sisters killing themselves because of a piece of land, a quarter acre. So be an enlightened manager. When time for work, work. I think there's a book in Ecclesiastes, chapter what and what. It said, whatever your hand come to do it with what? All the energy. Because time for sleeping will what? Where we shall sleep permanently forever. Yes. So why do you want to start sleeping now? What's work? The finances, of course, you must plan and follow a realistic budget. Don't just spend by, we call it impulses. You have seen somebody buying a watch, you also want to buy a watch. Do you need a watch? You have not paid a semester fee, but you want to buy a watch. For what? These days, watches are on phones. You need a watch. You want to go to the beach every Saturday. Those are people who grew up those days without the beaches. Are they not living? First make money, then you can go and what? Finish your study. Get opportunity, then you go and start going to the beach. You get that? There is a book which talks about 10 habits of millionaires. How many of you have read it? In summary, it says there are 5 categories of us, but the goals are only 3. The first, they are very poor people, then the poor, then the middle class, which is many of us fall there. Then there's the rich and very rich. So those are the 5 groups of people we have out there. But the goals are 3. To survive, comfort, and freedom. So where do you want to be? When you look at those 5 categories on the scale of this side, where do we belong? We are in the middle there. We are the middle class. And we want comfort. But there are many of us here who just want to survive. For how long are you going to continue surviving? So, money is a problem. Make always some small payment. These days, the system is flexible. We are not asking you to pay 2.5. Get your 300,000, put it there. Get your 100,000, put it there. By the time the 8th week is coming, you have cleared with less stress. Because if you are going to run around to look for 3 million, the timetable is now out, you are going to see the first paper tomorrow. They come to me to write a letter, I have refused. Why are you stressing me? I send you back to the dean of your faculty. So do something which will give you also space to do other things. Look for opportunity that salvage your financial burden. There's money everywhere, we were told. But if it is everywhere, how are you going to get it? Many of us here have told you we are middle class, they pay us salary at the end of the month. When this salary comes, the ATM is already with the service provider somewhere. They are going to remove their loan, then they give you something which will not be enough. So if you can start a small business, why don't you start? Many of these students here don't want to work. Start a secretarial bureau somewhere. Type their work during class when they're looking for who type their work. There are many of them who cannot even operate a computer. Start a project, a secretarial bureau, you type their work. Print their work. That's money. I had a student, a friend who did that. He was busy throughout the night typing people's work, and he succeeded. So don't rely on one source of fund. Always have a target. We say the pass mark is 60. Don't stress yourself that you want to get 100%. Are you getting me? This master's and PhD is not classified. We don't grade them. It is only your bachelor's. If you did not get a first class, second class upper, don't expect to get it for a master's. So just work averagely, slightly above 60%. But don't work below. Huh? Don't work below. At least aim for 70. Then when you get 60, that's okay. That's a pass mark. You pass. You will not come here for retake. But when you get 50, you will wait for those guys. They said they went next offered. And then you start saying, you know, you want us to sit in the same class. Yes. So make sure you have a target, because we are saying don't work for 100. This degree is not classified. And nobody will ask you, why didn't you get a second class upper? The second class upper was the other one, and which many of us did not get. But now why you want to get it now? Take one assignment at a time so as to be thorough. Then take the next. You don't want to do everything. And then learn to be successful in your study. Do you need to find time for yourself to rest and other extracurricular activities? I already said about that. Get rid of bad habits. When you get money, you become mad. You first run away, you want to go and spend until you finish, then you want to come back. The money was supposed to be for research. So you first went and enjoyed all the money, and you forgot. You have not collected data. Who is going to give you this money? Those bad habits, get rid of it. Be clear of what you want. I'm sure by now you have come here. Why are you here? You get that? And this is a self-driven program. Nobody is going to push you. I work with students, I set them what to do. Then I tell them I'm a driver. The boss tells me where you want to go. I will plan for you. You know what a boss do? There are bosses who also don't know where they want to go. You all sit in a car, then the other one starts asking, where are we going? But if you had already told me, I'm your driver, I will take you where you want to go with less stress, because I know where to dodge the jam. I know where there are good roads. I will take you there. And those are students I will work with to make sure I graduate you in 2 years or 3 years. But if I ask you a question, you are looking at me also as if you have not heard what I'm asking, I first give you a break. I work with others. Then you say, nowadays he doesn't listen to us. Yeah, I don't have time to waste. I will go with those guys who want to be. Because they said you take a cow to drink water, do you push it there? The cows always go like this, and they start walking by there. You will not push them in the water. So that is you. You are now in the drinking point. You either drink the water and move on, or you remain there. Set yourself goals, which we have already said. Create good habits. Persevere. Do not be selfish. I've said it. I keep telling students, all of you today, form a network. Whether you are doing history, whether you are doing mathematics, form a network. Who is running this government? The people who are running this government, one time they were in Tare SS, if you know where Tare SS is. They went to University of Dar es Salaam, they went to the bush. So where are you in this equation? There's what they call a referral. They will be the one to refer. I said, yeah, there's so and so. He has finished from Cambogo with a PhD. He was not in the mainstream of the theory, but the uncle, the aunt, used to do this. That's how you get in there. But otherwise, you will go back with your degree to the village. And then the people will say, yeah, even people who have studied, they have come back to the village here. Because your time here, you did not work collaboratively, you did not form networks, you don't know anybody. You get that? And then, of course, improve on your emotional intelligence. Observe how you react to people. Look at your work environment. Do what we call self-evaluation. Observe how you react to stressful conditions. There are many of you here who said, when I'm stressed, I turn to overeating. You have not heard that? Said, for me, when I'm stressed, I eat. Where is this food which you are overeating? Huh? And then take responsibility for your own actions. You will not say, you see, when I talk to students, there are 3 things I don't want to hear. One is excuses. 2, blame game. And 3, there's this word I always find it very hard to pronounce, but I will try. They call it procrastination. Postponing thing. I will do it tomorrow. There's still time. Don't the 3 thing, get rid of it from your head. Because they said when you point at people, the same hand will also be used to point at what? So don't blame anybody. Don't have excuses. Come, settle yourself a goal, work with people who can take you where you need to move. Examine how your action will affect others. That is part of emotional intelligence. You must have what we call a productive mindset. Be curious, because that's why you are here. You want to find out what is new. What is what? It's because don't get stuck to the past. Say, we used to do it that way. That was that time. Things have changed. You want to remain in the past. Have a desire. What is it that you expect at the end of the time? But if you're just here, you're walking like a sheep. You know how sheep walk? You remain there. Have a vision. What is it that at the end of the day you want to be like or you want to achieve? Critical thinking. Self-confidence. Some of you cannot talk in front of people. Even standing up, just you find the leg is trembling as if you can't talk. Be persistent. They said the quitters never win. You have heard that? If you quit so early, you don't win. But winners always don't what? Have a positive attitude and how to look. Be open-minded. We are here to learn. Don't be so hard. I've told you those students from somewhere where they are saying, this one don't have, the other one don't have. Why don't you listen? Open up. When I give you comment, go and read. When the other supervisor also give you, read. Weigh out. Where is the convergence? Where is the disagreement? If need be, put us down together. Said, yeah, I've read this, but I also read some literature somewhere. There was contrary to this. What do I go with? But don't be so hard to say, no. If you don't allow me, I'm leaving. You leave, go. Who will suffer? Have a balance. I want to summarize almost. Those things may not be seen there. I've called it critical processes in the graduate training. When you come here, we have already developed a program which has already been accredited by National Council. So those programs is what you have applied. MBA, mathematics, applied whatever. So that one, forget about it. Admission you have done. You applied, we have admitted you. So I want you now to look at the downer one. Teaching is where we must make sure we are taught an approved program. Our results is available. The timetable is there. Everything must be according to what we advertise. Many of us also on my side here, we are lazy. We are everywhere. We go and teach somewhere. Then because we don't have time to prepare for you, we shall just come and then start giving you notes from somewhere. One time, one of them submitted us a result from somewhere. The result was not tallying. Then another very interesting one. One of us gave us a result for people even who have died. When the deputy vice chancellor at that time spotted it, the guy was called, asked, you know the question, the excuse he gave? He said he had taken the script for marking, they stole the script in the car. It became a very serious disciplinary matter, but somehow it was handled. So insist, it is your right. Let people not tell you, no, today I'm not there, tomorrow, you know. Even this blending thing we talked about, I'm very flexible. We agreed we can teach you online, can teach you physical, but the snag is one. I've taught students online. Then at a certain point, I asked them, are we still there? Are we still there? You see the picture there, nobody can say we are there. So they have connected the gadget, they are doing other things. And then what is disappointing, when you set exam, you find everybody has failed. That means you were not communicating. So I've now agreed with them. We agree, out of the 14 weeks, maybe 3/4 of the time we shall be physical. Then we also go online, because there are times many of us have issues. I say, oh no, we can meet online, so that you reduce the risk of everybody failing. But all of you want online, you just connect, you are busy. Actually, you even go away. Then by the time you come, we have finished. I say, The second part is the difficult part of the journey, and I want you to listen. This classwork, you can play around with it. You can get notes, you can pass. But research, you're not going to delegate your research to anybody. The moment you don't understand the concept behind what you are going to research about, the problem comes, because we defend this work. Next week on 24th, there's a public defense PhD. Some PhD guys is going to defend their work. We are available. Go to NPT. Go and listen to them. They ask them questions. They look at you like this. They are asking questions. They are looking at you like this. So when they message, what do you get there? They have not understood what they are asking. Because the issue of defense is you are supposed to own this work, whether you are the one who did the work. You may not do everything, but at least understand some key processes. There's one thing they normally talk here, but when you are a student, everybody does not have an answer. They said, yeah, we use mixed method. Mixed method meaning there's a qualitative, quantitative. But when they are reporting results, you see only one. Then you ask, where is the other one? You see, you know. So research, I want to say this. Before you undertake any research, you must have a proposal which is approved by department and the faculty. When those proposal is being approved, because you defend them at the faculty, at the department, then they will submit it to us. We create for you a file. Then the requirement which has come, we call it Research Ethics Committee Clearance. REC must approve your protocol, because they want to make sure that the work you are going to do is not going to harm anybody there. You reduce the risk. So REC must clear you before you come to us for a letter to go to the field. Many of you have chased about 3 PhD students here. They went, I don't know what they did. They dodged the other side. They said that they are cleared. I said, you go back to them. Once they give you no objection, you come back. Now they told me, you have killed us. I said, I don't kill people. My work is to do what I'm told to do. Because if I clear them, don't you think I'm risking my job also? And I don't want that. I want to work here, and then when I leave, I want to be the happiest person. You find me, if I'm in a village somewhere, I want to be like a villager. If it is going to sweep the road like we have now started, or every Saturday, end of the month, you'll find me there with my hoe and a small broom. But not hiding. They say, this guy has disappeared. We don't say, they are looking for him. I don't want that. So we need approved proposal, clearance to go to the field, appointment of supervisors. Many of your supervisors are not supporting you because they said they were not appointed. So we have said the appointment letter is now very easy. Once the faculty approve your things, send it to us, the letter is there for them to support you. And then, of course, data analysis, many of you cannot analyze data. You go out there, data analysis, call this number. Dissertation writing, call this number. And you know the people you are going to, those guys never finish P7. Even some of them did not finish O-level. But they are the expert. One time my student did that. I sat him down. I was reading, I could not understand. So one day I sat him down in the evening. I said, you come, let's look at this work. I said, you take me through. He could not explain. I said, what happened? He had to open up because I had refused. I said, no. Then he said, you know what? I went to Banda. I talked to these people. They said, I pay some money. I said, how much did you pay? So they gave him data which he could not interpret himself. So I said, for me, I'm not going to tarnish my name. I will not sign this work. He had to repeat work for a full year. You want to go through that? Exactly. So learn to do certain things. Even if somebody is supporting you to do analysis, sit there. Let them show you the processes. What do you do? What do you do? What do you touch? So that when the output comes out, you are able to explain. But if you want the ready-made, it's up to you. You come here. When you find us in a panel, we are different people. We don't even smile. Yes. And then, of course, there's what we call a notice of intent to submit. I want you to listen carefully. When you are now done with your work, but not yet ready, you can write to us notifying us 3 months in advance. Said in about 3 months, my work will be ready to submit. But don't keep struggling, things are not getting finished. That one will help you because when I told you when you don't finish, we charge you money. Once you notify us, I support you. I said, this guy had already told us the problem is elsewhere. I waiver you that extra money. I've told you sometimes 50,000 is a lot of money, even 200. So make sure you notify us that in about 3 months, this is the August, 3 months is about November there. Right, even if you don't submit in November, your work is done. We now know there's other problem somewhere. We shall support you. But the moment you don't write, you're inviting problem for yourself. The other thing, of course, we shall send you a book for examination. This takes time. I send this book out, I give them 2 months. There are people who have stayed with the people who book for 6 months. 3 months. And those one, when your book remained there for 6 months, I also defend you. I said, no, we cannot punish you. You did your part. But if you don't do it, I will chase you away. And then, of course, we are calling you for a public defense. If it is a PhD, then the Viva. Where there's a panel there. PhD, everybody attends. But the master's is closed door. There's a panel of 7 people. They will ask you questions about your work, about what the examiner has raised, and then our own thing also to see whether you have an understanding of what you did. Once you do that, we declare you for an award in that field which you are there. Then we take you for the board to approve your book after you've corrected it. We take you to Senate. The next thing, you are in a graduation list. But plan. So the next thing, transition to graduate board, they will receive all those reports we approve, adverts, programs, admission, supervision, examination, results, and then finally the final thing. Then Senate is the last. Senate is now the blessing you to say, go, we are done with you. I keep putting this thing out here. It's not mine, but I got it from somewhere. They talk about competence. They have listed the various aspects there. They talk about experience. Where do we get this experience from? The knowledge. You have come to add the knowledge to yourself. Skills, behavior, performance, and the goals. So somehow we must have this blend to make us fit the world. Otherwise, you have heard the people saying, the graduate of today, they have back. I've been going to the field to follow you guys who tell me you are going to the field. I don't trace you there. You tell me I'm going to Kotido. I've gone to Kotido. I look for record of the student who told me they were going to the field to Kotido. They are not there. Where did you reach? Where did you go? You told me I am going to Kotido to do my research there. I've gone there, almost most of the districts. I don't trace anybody. So what happened in between? Then when I put them, I said, I went there. My laptop was robbed. Even the data set, when I was coming, it was stolen. Sure? So I think somewhere we are talked about, don't cut corners because it will haunt you. I'm almost done. The PhD students who are here, this is for you. We are calling it a learning journey. So when you first come, like we have admitted you here, you are going to start engaging with these people called supervisors, where they ask you questions, sometimes you don't even have an answer. Many of you submitted what we call synopsis, concept, to be admitted. Now they want to ask you, you are sure this is the research you want to do? Which theory is it based on? What are the concepts? Then you start looking as if you have not heard. But slowly, you pick it. Then, of course, you start developing the research. You go and conduct the research. You start writing the book. And then you graduate. But when you graduate, what do you want to see? We want to see a creator of knowledge. Many of you want this PhD just for title. And when you don't call them doctor, you are in trouble. Don't you know I'm a doctor from KyU University? Many doctors don't want to be called doctors. It is what they do which shows them. Many of us have gone out, you find those people, they prefer to be called by their second, is it the first, second name? You don't hear professor, you don't hear doctors, but here we assure you, don't you know I'm a doctor? So what? If you're a doctor, so what? So we want you to be a knowledge creator. We want you to be an author, a critical reader. I give you work, you read. I give you work, comment, publish. Help this student to publish. You have added the guest of honor. Many of you now, it is a requirement, PhD, you must publish 2 articles before we can allow you to graduate. I don't know how many who have submitted their work. I've asked them, I said, where is the publication? Sir, you see, we don't negotiate there. No publication, no defense. So start early. Even what we call a critical review is a paper. That is how to learn how to write. But we don't want to do it. We want you to be a researcher, not just getting the title and then you start swelling. Don't you know No. Help other people to be a researcher because that's why we are here. And then many others. Finally, even if it is not finished, I will stop here. your role as a student. Your role as a student. Because this is a two-way, it is not one way. If there was time, I would also talk our role as supervisor, but I will talk about you as a student. Don't come and sit here and expect a miracle. You will have to work. You will have to do certain things. When you give me work, and I'm able to read it in 2 days, and I send you comment, you take 2 months. You think next time you will send, I will read? I will not read. Because there you will have not prioritized yourself. So to ensure successful completion of your program, students are expected to take an active role in their academic pursuits and fulfill the following responsibility. Develop a study plan under the guidance of your supervisor. I want to give you a rough study plan. We have said we are a student of 2026, 2025, 26. Not so? So our graduation is 2027, 2028. Not so? For a 2 year. Start from there. Graduation, December 2028. Give 3 months to defend your work. Give another 2 months, submit the work for examination. Give another 6 months for data collection. 1 year is, of course, coursework. That one we are not going to negotiate about it. But in that 1 year, start working on the proposal, the ideas you want to go and research about. So that when semester 2 of year 1 ends, your proposal is ready to go to field. Because the other 1 year, if you are not careful, you will not finish your research in 1 year. I've already given you 5 months, examination and defense. So meaning you have about 7 months. So will you make it in 7 months? There are people who are going to the field to set experiment. You set experiment, the rain is not there. Or if the rain is there, it has been flooded. We write that one off. The sunshine come, everything has dried. And then there are malicious guys out there. At night, they have stolen all your experiment. In the morning, you go, everything is gone. Then you go there as if you're not seeing. The thing is gone. Where are you going to get extra data? You have to go back. So those are things which we said unplanned or unforeseen circumstances. Factor them in. And then 2, I've told students, and I want to say it, don't be so ambitious to think that you are going to solve the problem of this world. Your research for masters have 2 objectives. But some of you want to have 5 objectives, 10. Where is the time? PhD, maximum 5, 4. But if you want to say, hey, you're not going to solve the problem of this world. And remember, we are only introducing you into research. You're not going to be a rocket scientist. So get to objective, which you think can make you get, the most important thing is for you to get a master's, by the way. This other thing we are talking about is, by the way, first get a master's, prove to people that you have the qualification. But if you take 10 years, the master is not coming. Even the research which you think you want to be a researcher, you're going to complete any research. Pursue the program of study under the instruction of your supervisors. I've said submit written progress report at the end of every 6 months through your supervisors, department, and the faculty. There are people bringing progress report with their dissertation. Those one I'm going to send you back because we need at least 2 progress reports since you went to the field. For master student, you present at least once. Show people what you're doing, your progress. There's what we call departmental seminars, faculty seminars. One call, said there's a seminar here. I'm presenting what I've done so far. Some finding has come. But some of you cannot do that. But you want to graduate. Of course, you will present and defend your proposal at the department and faculty, schools. You will have to seek for that approval. I talk about REC. It is a serious issue here. You present the research progress reports and your finding at a certain workshop if they have invited you. And then, of course, the final thing is for you to present and defend the work. This is a summary. You must have a proposal which is approved. You must have that ethical approval at 2 levels. There is a REC here. There's a REC elsewhere. But of course, overall, Uganda National Council for Science and Technology is a government entity mandated to register all researches done in this country. So you're not going to escape that. But they have accredited what we call RECs in all universities and other institutions. They do most of the work for them. When you submit for them, they have all a checklist to verify a few things, whether you have complied. And then, of course, after that, you come for a letter from us. After REC has cleared you, you come for a letter from us, sending you to the field. Have your results? Because in all your program book, it said only students who have progressed well will qualify to go for research. If you have retakes, you cannot go to the field. You must first clear that retakes. And then, of course, we want to have evidence of registration. If you have not registered, we shall not send you to the field. When you are bringing your book, your proposal, it must be accompanied by a certificate, which we are calling a plagiarism certificate. The Turnitin in which the librarian talked about checks that. Even the proposal must be 20% and below. The final work, 20% and below. AI is coming. We are still debating what percent should we put AI. You can have 20% here, then the other one is 90. So we are still debating whether we should reduce it or we close our eyes. Have a work plan with clear timeline. That's what I was telling you. If you are to graduate in 2028 December, start working from there, come decide. Put the 1 year for coursework. Then fit your research in that 1 year. For us, when we were students, we worked with somebody who was not sympathetic, but he was good. We would work, then in the evening, he would take us for a 1-1. I know some of you know what a 1-1 is. But in the morning, this is the person who will ask you, where is the work? He forget yesterday all of you were together. But he pushed us, and we were able to graduate in record time, 2 years masters, PhD 3 years. So have those work plan and work towards it. The problem I already told you, that procrastination. We said there is still time. I will do it tomorrow. Let me first wait. Forget about it. You either do it now or forget about it. And then all those are the things. And then our task is to make sure we defend and graduate. That is the thing. If you can't get there, then you have not reached the promised land. So I think that is all. Hey, where am I going again? This is where I started from, and this is where I'm ending. The problem, the chief guest said, if you give me an opportunity, I'm like a pastor. I will talk until tomorrow. And that's why I was asking you whether all of you were still willing for me to present. have presented. The time is now 2:40. Do we still want to be here? Do we still want to be here? But there are 2 items on the program. Actually, one. The other one is just closing and we go away. So I think MC, I'm done. We can. Huh? They have kept quiet. I didn't see the hand. Is there a question which you want to ask? You know, that's also not good. When I talk and you don't ask, it is 2 things. Either you have not understood me, or I was very boring. I start with you, then there's one there, there's 1, 3, then we move on. This machine is not there, you can talk.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor. Mine is not a question, actually. It's really an appreciation of the good words taken us through. It's, when you started, I wasn't sure what you're going to take us through. But I really appreciate, and I'm sure that half of this team, we've really learned a lot. And we commit that we will not let you down this time. At least this form that is here.
And that's what we want.
Thank you so much, Professor. My name is Odon Damasco. I'm a student pursuing PhD in religious studies. I'm very grateful for your guidance and your team. And my concern is, having heard the presentations from various members, we have a mixed class of master's students and students of doctoral students. And now my question is, what next for PhD students after this? Because when I was coming, I thought we would have the lecturers where we would be assigned as students, as supervisors, so that we start right from here. But now, after this, my question is, what next for us? Another one is, I would pray that if we could have the same opportunity to have the students of PhD to have this kind of arrangement for particularly the student of PhD. Because we shall appreciate that PhD has different demand than masters. So pray that if you could organize as the directorate to have an opportunity where you would have the students of PhD alone to have the experience from different people how the journey is. This is done by many universities and normally is appreciated. Thank you so much.
There was another one there, then I can answer once.
Thank you, Professor. For a record, my name is Jimmy Nambiro. In fact, I didn't have a question. I put up the hand to confirm that you have really explained every dot. So it wouldn't be wise for anyone to say he has a question really. Thank you.
So that's a big 5 for me. Odong, I want you to listen to this. You're a student from Faculty of Arts and Humanities. The dean, when I escorted her out, has organized a meeting for all new students of Faculty of Arts and Humanities on Friday, 28th. I will be there myself. We are going to start you from there. Number 2, we are going to engage you. We only want your cooperation. Sometimes I used to organize these meetings. You organize a meeting, you are expecting 100 people, nobody turns up. So I got discouraged. And then when they tell you online, you are talking to yourself. You get that? But when we started, I want to I assure you, and I want to put it on record, when we did that, the graduation rate increased. Because many of the students say, we were not told, we didn't know this. But along the way, I got discouraged. So, but I promise this time I want to start that. Because last year we graduated 23 PhD students. The record in Kiambu. We are graduating 2, 3, but last year we graduated 23. And this year, we are planning to graduate close to 30. So we will engage you, but we want your cooperation. Sometimes we call you, you're busy chasing, you know it. And you start saying, I should have been there, but. So once you avail yourself, we shall walk you the journey. And you will not spend here time. Because for you, you are not going to sit in a class. We want you to build that synopsis you submitted. So that in the next semester, you're ready to go to the field. 1.5 years along the way, you're written. You have published one paper. The 3 year will come, we send you out. What is impossible there? So we only need your cooperation, and I'm going to task her to create a WhatsApp group. Already there's a WhatsApp group for the current existing PhD students. I don't know whether we should add you guys there or we should start yours again, a new one. So we shall do that, because our task now is we want to see how do we support all of you here. Even the postgraduate diploma, which take 1 year, there are people who are taking 3 years. For what? We want to make sure we support you, you finish your program, 1 year, you go, 2 years, you go. You get that? Because the demand for this higher education is becoming too much. When you clog the system, where will others come? So we are going to do that. On Friday, 28th, I meet you there. We shall engage. So ladies and gentlemen, I think I was a bad teacher. All of you were bored. There was no question for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can we give him flowers? Show that we are thanking. Professor, they are giving you flowers. Thank you very much. It was the most attentive class I have seen. I just kept looking through when I wanted to send him a reminder that he has passed 1 hour. But I saw all your eyes up and bright. I decided to keep seated because for him, I didn't know he was watching actually his time. But thank you so much. It was so helpful, and hope all of you have understood how many years you're supposed to spend here. I told you, James, as I showed him to you, he will show you moments later. On your graduation day, we capture you very, very well, and we shall give you a picture of the time we are coming here. And you'll see if you're still the same or if you've grown gray hair. And we have one presentation to go. And also it's very necessary as you do your graduate studies. And after we have lunch, so don't worry, lunch is enough for each one of us. It is only graduate school orientation where they give lunch. The rest of the orientations, we orient, even the facilitators we go. So please clap for them. So with that motivation, I request Dr. Evelyn Singoma to come and give us the final presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Public Relations Officer. Thank you, everybody. I think my work is simple. Professor has touched some of these aspects as he was presenting. Yes, I'm required to talk about data collection. Requirements before you go to for data collection. Yes. Let me first ask, you've been listening. What are some of those requirements that he has covered so that we don't waste time here? Yes? One? Yes? Yes, fully registered before you are allowed to go to the field. Thank you very much. I'm not going to talk about that one. Yes? Your proposal must be approved. Now, this proposal has to be approved, departmental level, departmental higher degrees committee. It has to be approved at the faculty before it can be submitted to the directorate. Thank you very much. I'm not going to talk about that one. Any other? Yes, it is true, and we prove that one using the departmental defense and the faculty defense, where they attach the minutes, and they also show us the correction matrix, that you've made the corrections that you are told to do at the departmental level, and you show that correction matrix. So that is an indicator that you have been an active student. Yes, any other? Yes. You must not have any retake. Very important aspect. You must make sure that you have not got a retake, and for those students who are doing PhD with their course component, you must have finished the course requirements. Very good. Any other? Yes. Pardon? To finance yourself. That one, no? I will not talk about it in terms of requirements, because along the way, some of the students have gotten attached to supervisors' projects. Some of them have been able to benefit from some of that money. But anyway, you need to have money, but I will not take it very much as key. Yes? Plagiarism, similarity index. Before you submit that work, it has to be submitted to that test. And we are saying the test should not be more than 20%. Actually, the proposal you submit to us, you attach the proof of that before you go to the field. Any other? Yes.
Your research should first be approved by the Research Ethics Committee.
Very important. The Ethical Committee. It's a requirement now by the National Council of Higher Education that all researchers in the country have to be cleared by the Ethical Committee. And that is very, very important. And alongside that, there is also, after that, National Council of what? Science and Technology. Those proofs are very important. Then after that clearance, that's when you can write to us, attaching those proofs. Yes? The final ones, very important. Time management. Those are key aspects of research, yes. But yes, there is an important one which he talked about that. Yes? Supervisor appointed. It's us to appoint, so we can't require you to do that. It's us who appoint. So, yes. One key on your side that I'm looking for, and you talked about it. Yes, from the Directorate of Research and Graduate Training. Very, very important. Thank you very much. So, what I'm going to talk about, really, the key aspects have been talked about. One, the proposal has to be in the format that the Directorate recommends. We have formats.
and it has to follow that. I will not go clearly into the formats because that one you will meet it more as you interact with your supervisors and as you do the defenses at departmental level and faculty levels. The rest, the key aspects of the proposal, I'm not going to go through them, you know them, and you are going to learn more about them. Then another key aspect, adhering to the university policy of academic integrity. That one is very, very important. And being duly registered, we've talked about it. The supervisor being, the proposal being fully signed by the supervisors and you, the student, defending the proposal at departmental level, attaching a correction matrix. They are very important. And in the final submission, what are we looking for? We should submit 3 spiral-bound copies of the corrected version with a similarity index of not more than 20%. The correction matrix has to be there. The corrections you are told to do at departmental level, at faculty level, and how you have attended to them. A certificate of REC approval, clearance by the National Council of Science and Technology, and these have to be written through the supervisor, the head of department, and the dean when you are writing a letter to DRGT. Now, before you go to the field, we have insisted that you have to make sure you get an introductory letter from DRGT. Please make sure that you comply to this. We get challenges when you break any of those. Sometimes you are trying to look for ways of going even higher, looking for big people, but those are our guidelines, and we have to abide. So please abide. Since you are graduate students, you know the repercussions of not following guidelines. Abide, and we all shall go well with you. I think in brief, that is the summary. I want to thank you very, very much. Director, this workshop has to be closed officially, so I request that you come and close it. It is still very open.
It's a protocol things. Thank you very much. But I want to say one or two things before I can close. If you have a pen and a paper, I want you to write this. So all that we have said, they are online. So you write H, small h, then the 2 small t, P, S, they call it colon. No? You put colon, then you put double slash, then you put grad. Grad is G small R A D. Then you put school, short form of school, S C H. Then you put a dot. You put KYU, small letters, .ac, .ug. If you can access that, all this we have talked about. Come again. I said HTTPS. Have you read that? Colon. Double slash. Grad. GRAD. SCH. Dot. KYU. Dot AC. Dot UG. So what's written? So all information is there. Somebody can try, who is online, try what you can see. That is all our information you need. We have the revised research and graduate guidelines, which was approved last year, December 2025. We are going to upload it there. We have been trying to get hard copies. The service provider has not come. Make sure you get this document, because our sitting here was not able to take you through all those things. Make sure you get what will help you to move forward. When you are stuck, we are available. In CTF here, we are available in Uganda. As somebody say, don't die here alone. We are here to support you. The second thing I want to tell you, know where to take your problem. First, start with your class coordinator. If you have an issue as a class, talk to your coordinator, because every program has a coordinator. When the coordinator does not have an answer, he will connect you to a person called the graduate coordinator. Every faculty has a graduate coordinator who is supposed to support the dean. The graduate coordinator can link us directly, or he can take the matter to the head of department, to the dean of the faculty. When all those options have failed, we are here. But don't jump and go to the vice chancellor, which many of you do. You know, many of you are so connected. You have even a WhatsApp with the vice chancellor. You can talk anytime. But for me, I don't even have his number. But some of you are connected. Maybe you share some. So don't go to the vice chancellor. I have cases where they have gone to the vice chancellor. The vice chancellor referred them to me. Those one I have kept them. I will not even answer. Because if there is a problem which concerns you, it is me to take it to him, to the board, because he's the chair of the board. But there are times he calls me there, I go there. There are times also I go just to tell him what's happening. But there's a gentleman all of you saw here this morning. I want you to appreciate him, because we used not to have a representative of graduate students to the guild government. So this year, we were asked to find one. So he was voted, as somebody said, on your behalf. So he's now your, I don't know whether I call him a member of parliament or a councillor. I think he's a councillor. So when all those other things is not working, first also look for him. Because I want to assure you, he has come to me twice this week. And I challenged him. I told him what to do. He wrote a letter, first to me. I said, no, this letter cannot be to me. I told him what to write. Yesterday, I find a reply for the letter, which was concerning you people, the students, because he was complaining on your behalf. I guided him what to do. The letter went. I told him where to copy the letter. Yesterday, I hope you got your copy. Yeah, so the response has been given. We are going to have a meeting to address the issue which was affecting a number of you. So I challenged him also. He has been using a previous WhatsApp. I said, no, let's start a new WhatsApp for this group. I sent him, I think, a message. Was it 2 a.m.? 3? That's how I work. I'm an they call it nocturnal. So sometimes you don't understand me, but I always, when there's something, I sent him a message, I think around 2 or 3 there. So this is a gentleman who is your representative to the guild government. Use him. Let him work. The other thing I told him, which is provided for, I want you guys to sit down, form what we call a council of graduate students, COGS, with the president, the prime minister, and the executives. Isn't that so? It is also provided for in our guideline. If you want more information, go to our principal assistant registrar. She will guide you, because you need to have your own government. I told you about the story who is governing this Uganda. They were one time where? The second time they were where? The third time they were where? So for you, who knows you? You are going to suffer here until you give up. But when you have that council of graduate students, your voice will go to Senate. And we want to find out, I don't know what the act says, because the guild of the undergraduate sits in Senate. I don't know whether the provision for this council of graduate students is also sits in Senate. We need to look for that information. Because these days, everything is about lobbying. If you don't lobby, nobody will listen to you. In this government, we call it caucusing. If you don't caucus, nobody will listen to you. So I want us to work together, work with him. We are available. I tell everybody, somebody was asking me yesterday in the night, he said, how can a student call you at night? The phone, we bought a phone not to use it ourselves. The phone is supposed to be called. So are you buying a phone to call yourself? So me, I've told student, my student calls me anytime. We have a WhatsApp, because that's the only way we communicate. Some of us grew up during the time of P.O. Box. Those letters. You post it to the post office, it takes 2 months. So these days, that is how we communicate. I have no problem as long as you don't ask me for money. Don't tell me your poverty. I may also have enough poverty. But academic issues, how you want me, I have 2 students I'm supervising. We have been working online. One sends me his proposal around 12 a.m. I took a few minutes, I replied him. I saw him this morning, said it is okay. Because tomorrow they are going to defend their proposal. So let's use technology. We are not going to live in the past and then we expect to compete with the world. The world has moved. Where people still think you bring other copies of dissertation proposed to read, I read online. Even undergraduate. I don't have time that you are bringing me other copies. Where are these papers? We are finishing trees. The trees, how many of you have planted trees? Because that's where we get the papers from. The trees are finished. Some of you still use it for charcoal. Some of you are using it for firewood. We don't even have for the papers. So let's adapt to the new way of doing things. And then as I end, when you are not sure of what you need to do, our doors is open. Knock that door, we shall guide you. When you have issues somewhere, as the principal says, many of you are very funny. You get a small problem, you just disappear. Come to us. There's a provision for you to keep this admission of yours. The moment you come, we guide you. All those forms are in the link I've shared with you. Fill that form, go to us. She will guide you what to do. We give you official permission to be away. Go and sort out your problem. When time comes, you come back. And you keep your admission. I've had cases, about 4 of them. Around the time we are admitting you, they came. They were here, they just unceremoniously went. Now they're saying, is there a way? I said, you are not in the system. Because you went without telling us. So use this opportunity to ask for what you cannot access, and then make sure always be available. When they have called this kind of meeting, attend. You never know. I'm sure, as somebody has said, we may have spent time here, but I'm sure you pick one or two things, which if you put it to use, it may be a turning point. But of course, I'm sure some of you are saying, you're boring us, how can you talk like this? We are not the same. But I'm sure the saying is, you will thank me later. Maybe some of you will come and thank me later. At that time when you have got your degree, you will say, that talk you talk that day, it woke me up. But many will say, it was boring. You get that? Yeah, so you have heard what to say. There are students who are waiting for me there. Since morning, I've not been there. Now they are lining up there. But I promise, after here, I'm going to handle them. For me, I don't keep anything on my table. If it means not going home, I will not go home. I go home when my table is clear. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think my last word is to thank all of you for being very active. We expect you to do the same. Because they say together we shall do what? Together we do what? Yes. United? Divided? Because some of you are now going to start saying, for us, form a network. Use this gentleman. I've made you to stand like a bodyguard. You can go. Huh? Okay. Now, you come and type it here. So as he types, I think I want to thank you, and I want to declare this workshop officially closed. But don't go away. There's lunch there for all of you. But I need somebody to pray.
ICT, we need some display. He's typing for you his email address, but you can give it to them, they will write.
Okay. Okay, a very good afternoon to us all.
It's there.
Yes, the name is that one. Those are the contacts. Feel free to reach out. I will be in position to respond. Thank you so much.
We come to the end of our workshop, a half-day workshop, I insist. And we have, someone asked a question when the professor has finished presenting. She was asking if there are scholarship opportunities in the university. And as a spokesperson for the university, I also can answer the question. We do not have sponsorship. We do not have scholarships for graduate students. This being a public university, the scholarships available are only for undergraduate students through the normal government systems that you know. The merit, the students with disabilities, the sports sponsorship, the loan scheme, and etc. But unfortunately, these sponsorship do not run to graduate students. However, we have scholarship opportunities with other institutions. Right now, there is an East African Community Scholarship that is running, and it is on our social media handle. We have European Union Scholarship that is running. It is also on our social media handle. If you go there, that is X, you will find it there. We have other scholarship opportunities with MasterCard, with CEDA. I think with time, even Professor can guide you on how to achieve a scholarship. You can visit him. He has the only disadvantage that these scholarships have is only one. They don't target me. By me, I mean I'm an art student. I did a Bachelor of Arts in Communication. I did Masters in Communication. So they may not favor us. They may only favor the science students. But you try your luck. Thank you very much. Volunteer to pray. May I invite the sister here to come and lead us in the closing prayer and also bless our food. We have an announcement, an official portrait for the 2026-2027 cohort with our directors, and we usually take our photos in front of our building. So we shall move out, take a picture, a group photo, come back for lunch. One by one, we shall allow our facilitators to eat, and then we guide each other. Food is enough for all of us. Thank you.
We can remain the way we are. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God, our loving Father, we thank and praise you for the gift of life. We thank you for the journey mercies you granted unto us as we are coming here. We thank you for the time we have been here. We thank you for whatever we have learned. Continue blessing us and providing for us so that we can successfully go through this course. And for the food we are going to eat, bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are going to receive from your goodness through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.